Sometimes you ask me where life will take us. I don't know, but I'm sure that experience for sure will transform us. And then when you look around, there is so much to learn. There are many paths in the world, and there's one. Sometimes you ask me where life will take us. I don't know, but I'm sure that experience for sure will transform us. And then when you look around, there is so much to learn. There are many paths in the world, and there's one just for you. I am your brand new experience, the essence of all that you trust. I am all the questions and answers. I am the transformation. I am your brand new experience, the essence of all that we trust. I am all the questions and answers. I am the transformation. Sometimes you ask me where life will take us. I don't know, but I'm sure that experience for sure will transform us. And then when you look around, there is so much to learn. There are many paths in the world, and there's one just for you. I am your brand new experience, the essence of all that you trust. I am all the questions and answers. I am the transformation. I am your brand new experience, the essence of all that we trust. I am all the questions and answers. I am the transformation. Sometimes you ask me where life will take us. I don't know, but I'm sure that experience for sure will transform us. And then when you look around, there is so much to learn. There are many paths in the world, and there's one just for you. I am your brand new experience, the essence of all that you trust. I am all the questions and answers. I am the transformation. I am your brand new experience, the essence of all that we trust. I am
Olá, somos a Unisc, a Universidade de Santa Cruz do Sul. Um gigantesco ecossistema de aprendizagem, de ciência e principalmente de transformação. Uma universidade que não se resume à sala de aula, às estruturas físicas ou limites geográficos. Os desafios recentes provam cada vez mais que nossa natureza é transformar e ressignificar. Fazemos isso através do conhecimento inovador e multidisciplinar aplicado na pesquisa e na extensão, independente do ambiente, da forma ou da tecnologia. Esse é um dos papéis essenciais da Unisc. Iniciamos nosso protagonismo na década de 60 e, quando nos tornamos universidade em 1993, nos transformamos e evoluímos junto à sociedade, seus anseios e suas necessidades. Expandimos nossos espaços e chegamos a 5 municípios: Montenegro, Venâncio Aires, Capão da Canoa e Sobradinho. Alcançamos territórios internacionais. Redesenhamos nosso papel enquanto universidade, nosso propósito e a nossa missão.
Sou o que move, o que transforma, asas pro voo, sou o chão.
Mudanças fazem parte da nossa história. Hoje, com cada vez mais celeridade e respostas rápidas às transformações do mundo. Isso resultou numa reinvenção na Unisc, uma nova formação que qualifica os estudantes para encarar os desafios complexos do futuro. Cidadãos criativos, solidários e éticos, preparados para cenários práticos e teóricos, com criticidade, protagonismo e empreendedores da transformação.
Eu sou a busca da verdade, sou estudante, sou professor, sou vizinhança, sou a cidade, sou engrenagem, sou motor.
Somos um ambiente de experiências e transformação, um espaço de ensino e aprendizagem, um lugar de produção do conhecimento, de ciência, de inovação e de tecnologia, um espaço de protagonismo, de diálogo constante, de convivência com as diferenças, de pensamento crítico, de ética e de evolução. Somos o que move, o que transforma, somos a Unisc.
Eu sou Unisc, sou você, eu sou cada um de nós.
Unisc, experiência que transforma.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the second day of our 4th International Week of Unisc. I'm Christina Miller from the International Office of Unisc.
Hello, everyone. My name is Evelyn. I work in the International Office at Unisc, and we will be with you today in the first activity of the second day of the International Week. Welcome, everyone.
Connected learning, meaningful experiences. This is the main content of our 4th International Week. And for today's sessions, we will focus on the 4 main objectives of our event, which are: show the internal and external community that Unisc is open to the world, promote activities and connect local and global issues, introduce Unisc's environments for innovation and opportunities to global, current and future partners. Also, to allow participants to connect through talks, discussions, and presentations that we prepared for this week. Unisc is connected to the world, and we want the world to connect to Unisc. Welcome again. But before we start, we have some important remarks.
Yes, you can use the YouTube chat to leave a comment, or if you have any questions, anything else you want to know about Unisc, please send through the YouTube chat.
Once again, welcome to Unisc. session about Get to Know Unisc. We are more than happy and proud to present you all a little bit about our university in order to create and to have possibilities to create an interaction. We have prepared a short presentation about the main topics of our university, but we already would like to invite you to join us in the other sessions of today that will exactly talk about of the 4 goals of this 4th International Week. So we just want to share with you the presentation. We would like to start by giving you some highlights and to let you know more about our university. So just a second, please, once we just start with the presentation. Well, before we start, just to present you about Unisc and some important information about our university, we would like just to emphasize about some important information about the higher education in Brazil. The first one and very important information is that a higher education institution in Brazil, it's recognized as the university, as a university, once they will offer teaching activities, research, and extension. And extension, it's a word that's normally known worldwide also as outreach. It means also the activities that we offer to the community, and it's outside of the campus. So, and institutions, higher education institutions in Brazil, normally we have 3 different kinds of institutions. One are public ones that are totally maintained by the government and are funded by the government. The private ones, they used to be for-profit institutions. And the community or communitarian university, that it's our case, Unisc's case. We are very linked to the community's demands and needs. It means that the community are focused in local and regional demands as well. We are non-for-profit institutions. We have a very democratic management structure, and we are known also as non-state-owned public institutions. And we all are normally very known in the south of Brazil, especially in the provinces of Rio Grande do Sul, where we are located, in Santa Catarina or in Paraná, but much more in Rio Grande do Sul and Santa Catarina. So the community universities, we can say that we are in the middle of a public and a private one. So that's why we are very proud to say that we are directly linked to the demands and we work to develop the community. So Unisc especially, we are a comprehensive university. We offer programs, degrees in different fields of study. And we, as I've mentioned, we are located, and you can also see on the map, we are in the south of Brazil. And the main campus is located in Santa Cruz do Sul city. That's normally, it takes like 2 hours from our capital, from our province capital, that's called Porto Alegre. And Unisc was created in the 60s. Our history begins in the 60s, specifically in 62. Why? And because at this period, we had people who wanted to study, who wanted to develop their knowledge, if I could say like that, but they had no possibilities to travel to the capital, for example, where we had university. So they started to create in a collective way, through collective efforts, to develop, to invite faculties from other universities to come to our region and start to offer programs, courses. So, and in this very collective way, we have started our university. But at those times, we were only faculties, isolated faculties, and we began, as I've mentioned earlier, recognized as a university in 93, because in 93, we were very mature in terms of offering already teaching programs, research, and extension activities. And our history started with the intention of the members of our community, and we still are very linked to the community. Why? It's because we are sponsored by APASC. It's an association of higher education in Santa Cruz do Sul. And this association has 77 members that are members, people from the community, from the social, from general society. And those members, they have, for example, the right to vote, to choose the rector, the dean of our university. And we just last week had this process, this democratic process. And so that's why we started by the effort from the people from our community, and we still work in this same way, directly linked to the demands and the interaction with the community. So that's why our mission and our values, our commitment, it's very linked to the development of our local and regional communities. So why I used to say communities, it's because we have 5 different campuses, not only in Santa Cruz do Sul city, but the 5 campuses, they are in different cities from our province. And as I've also already mentioned, we are proud about our democratic management process that we have. And we also have a lot of management issues and challenges because as we are a non-for-profit institution, we have to develop the university, the community, but also to manage in a very hard way in the current times, for example, to create new initiatives. And that's why innovation makes part of new environments that we are focusing right now. And related to that, I already wanted to invite you all to join our session for this afternoon that's exactly focused in terms of research and innovation environments that we are developing here in our university. So, and it's a university that really works directly linked to the demands, and especially since last year and this current year as well, due to the pandemic scenario that all universities in the world are facing, we are very proud to say that we were very community-based. Why? Because we developed lots of projects, solutions, research, COVID tests, and so on. So a lot of different services to support the demand of this big challenge that all the community, not just the academic community, but the community from the cities where we are located in our 5 campuses. So we were much more than ever. We have been a community university since the pandemic started. And yes, please, just the next. As I've mentioned, we have 5 different campuses. Just on the top on the right side, we're going to see a part of the main campus of our university here in the city of Santa Cruz do Sul. But you can also see the other campuses, buildings from the other campuses that we have in different cities, which are called Montenegro. It's the nearest one to the capital of our province. And we also have in Capão da Canoa, that's exactly on the beach. It's much more the north part, on the coast part of our province. Sobradinho, it's a smaller city. It's near to our central region of our province, as well as Venâncio Aires. Those campuses represent the number that we want to share with you in the next slides. Well, the numbers of university, these are data from last year, but we are very proud about from the number of the graduates who were already graduated in our university, more than 40,000, for example. But it is a data for sure since the 60s when we started to offer higher education programs and courses, and and also after being recognized as a university by the Ministry of Education Brazil in 93. But I would like to emphasize about that we have currently 73 international partners, but we are very open and would like to welcome new partnerships that have the same goals as we have as a communitarian university. And another number that I would like just to emphasize, it's about, on the left side, about the services that we have provided last year for the community. It means that we have clinics, for example, projects, programs that are comprehensive and very focused. For example, one of the strongest area we have in terms of extension, in terms of services that we provide to the community, it's related to the healthcare system programs and projects, sorry. So this data, these numbers just show you about last year, the number of people who were benefited from the services. For example, from the extension and projects, more than 17,000 people were benefited from our services only last year. And also from social actions that we are very linked to the demands of the community, more than 600,000 people were benefited. So it represents a huge impact, a social impact that we create into the community. So that's why we are very proud to say, and even if it's a challenging process to manage a communitary university, this data, for example, represents a lot for us in terms of our commitment to the development of a high quality of education, but also to create a social impact and to benefit the community to have a better development of from different fields, for example, in areas of social science, in terms of juridical aspects, healthcare services, and so on. And well, we don't used to work also by ourselves. That's why we are engaged with other partners who are also committed with the same intentions and how would say mission as we have as a communitary university. And that's why we have just some of the associations that we are part of. And for example, in terms of international dimension, we are part of the International Organization for Higher Education in the Americas, the OE. We are also a member of FOBAI. FOBAI is a national and Brazilian association for internationalization, for higher education internationalization in Brazil. And we are also a member of ABRUC. ABRUC is an association, Brazilian Association of Communitary Universities in Brazil. CRUB, it's the kind of consortium of rectors and deans from Brazilian universities that we are also a member of. And Comungue is in the consortium of communitary universities from our province of Rio Grande do Sul. This group, this consortium, has right now 14 members. And Unisc is one of the university who are part of this consortium. And on the top, we have just emphasized some highlights about our university and some of our strongest area. The first one, it's about we are a reference in terms of research and studies in terms of regional development. And related to that, we have a master and PhD program that it's called regional, that it's focused on regional development, and it was the first one in Brazil. It's a reference in Brazil, in south of Brazil, and we have lots of good relations and with universities also who are focused in this field, but in Latin America, for example, or Europe. So this is one of the strongest areas we have. In healthcare reference, we are also a reference in terms of inside of the university, but outside. I've mentioned, for example, in terms of the services that we provide to the community. But in healthcare, we have also a high quality in terms of our degrees and in terms of our medicine program, and the clinics that we have, and we have also a university hospital where the students, they have the possibility, for example, to develop training, practical learning, during the full programs that they used to do here at Unisc in the different programs and degrees related to health, science, healthcare, and we are very, very proud. And the hospital and the clinic clinics, for example, but at the same time that they offer the possibility to the students to develop a practical learning process, they also have the possibility to interact with the community who goes to those places at the hospital and the clinics to get the support and services. So faculty, students, and community in terms of healthcare and health science, they are very linked and they work very strongly, and this makes us a reference in terms of this area. We are also very proud to say that since 2019, we became much more in last year, 2020, and this year also, a reference in terms of a group of research and of students and faculty who are going to support this group, this team, in terms of automotive engineering project that they became the champion in a national level, because they participate in a competition, in a national competition, and then who became the first place, it's eligible to go to the final and the international competition who takes place in the US. And currently just our team, it's working on planning their travel to US and maybe to become an international champion in engineering and automotive engineering project that they developed by the support of our Department of Engineering. And in terms also of our social responsibility, we received an award in 2017. Our association, APASCE, our sponsor, APASCE, received this award in a provincial level. We became recognized as a reference in terms of our social responsibility. And we also are a leader. We are leading a process that it's linked to the innovative process demands and needs of our region, and through a program that it's called Innova RS. This program is managed by the government of our province, and it's focused in different areas from our province. And this program will be much more well presented in the session of this afternoon by the director of our innovation entrepreneur process and system, and by the director who is managing and leading this program. But we are very proud because I think that the university can create a lot of impacts in terms of innovative processes and activities, maybe also to interact much more with the society, with the entrepreneurs, for example, companies, startups, and the university as well. So it's quadruple L's, for example, it's the main basis of this program, of this project in our region and perhaps in our province as well. And just a general overview about our programs and the degrees that we offer in the undergraduate level. We have right now 75 degrees that are comprehensive, distributed in different fields, and they also have different kinds of degrees, if I could say like that. For example, we have teaching degrees, we have technology degrees, they are shorter. And the dynamic degrees, they normally are much more focused in terms of training in some specific field and demand, for example, from companies or, and we also offer the distance learning programs and degrees for undergraduate level. And they are distributed in the 4 different areas. Knowledge areas like exact science, biology, healthcare, and human science and social applied science. So giving the real environment of a comprehensive university. And in terms of our graduate studies, we have masters, we have specialization. They are after degree programs normally who are 1 to 2 years length. And we also have master's and PhD programs. The master's programs, we have right now 9 programs. And one of the programs, it's exactly as I've mentioned earlier, it's focused in regional development. We also have in law, education, environmental technology, language studies and literature, business administration, industrial processes and systems, and also in health promotion. And the newest one is in psychology. So we have two different kinds of master's degrees here. Then psychology and in business administration, they are professional. They are much more focused in terms of creating solutions to the demand. And the other are academic ones that are much more focused in terms of research, in terms of theoretical aspects of this knowledge, of the development of knowledge and create new solutions, but much more focused in a theoretical way. And the doctorates, the PhD programs, we have 6. And this is a process that normally it's not that easy. Just to emphasize, for example, why we have a huge and a big number of undergraduate programs and the smaller one in terms of master and PhD programs. Because the process of, for example, to be recognized and to have the right to create a new master and PhD program, it's not the same process in Brazil as an undergraduate program, because the undergraduate programs, they are managed, evaluated, and organized by the Ministry of Education. Instead of the master's and doctorate programs, they are managed by CAPES, who is a national agency focused in the development of research, the development of the demands much more in an intellectual way, for example. So there are different processes. That's why we have a smaller also number of master's and PhD programs here at Unisc. And the PhD programs, they are linked to also to our master programs, but we have only 6 programs that are in regional development, law, education, environmental technology, health promotion, and modern languages. So this is why we have different programs, and normally the students of master and PhD, they are pairs in terms of developing of research. They have common, for example, courses. They take courses commonly, and they have a strong relation between the different, even if they are focusing in different fields of research, for example. And in terms of research and innovation, I don't want to emphasize a lot on this content, but because of the session that we are going to have this afternoon at 2 p.m. Brazil time. But I just want to mention that we have, for example, 40 research groups that are most part of them linked to our master and PhD programs. And we also have 7 research centers, scientific journals. We have around 15. They are very comprehensive as well. And these journals, for example, we are more than welcome to receive, for example, articles and demands to be evaluated and maybe to publish in our scientific journals from international researchers, students, faculty, and so on. We also have the Innovation Technology Transfer Center that supports, for example, researchers, entrepreneurs, and startups, for example, in our university, but outside also offers services to outside, to those who are outside of the campus. We also have the Technology Modernization Center from Rio Pardo Valley. What is exactly Rio Pardo Valley? This is the region where we are located in Santa Cruz do Sul, because the province is of Rio Grande do Sul. It's divided in different valleys, and our valley it's called Rio Pardo. So that's why we have this Technology Modernization Center that it's not just focused in one city, but it's focused into the demands of our valley. And we also are proud to say about the technology incubator that it's inside of our campus, but also gives lots of support to create new entrepreneurial initiatives. And we also have, related to the technology incubator, we have the technology park of Unisc, Tecnonisc. that has different intentions to develop the region and to give the support in terms of sometimes how to create a product, how to create all the structure in terms of how to develop a new program, a new product, a new idea, a new possibility, in fact, to create an innovative idea and project and company, for example. And yes, related exactly to the need and to the demand and the interest to develop knowledge, we can say that most part of the possibilities to develop knowledge, they are focused in the graduate studies, but the graduate studies are the strongest area, I could say, not exactly area, but who supports the research. And related to that, the research groups that we have are directly linked to the fields of our faculty who work in our graduate studies, for example, most part of them. And we have in different also areas, and the 4 different areas, the research groups that have interaction with international collaborators, and are more than welcome also to join us. You're more than welcome to join us to maybe to create a new project, maybe to give an international view about some field of the research that we develop in a local demand or way or problem or issue. So the list of the research groups we are more than happy to share with you. Please feel free just to contact us. We can create a connection between researchers from different parts of the world with our researchers here, and maybe to make our research group as well more known worldwide, and also to have an international dimension, and maybe to have not just a local collaboration in terms of the development of the demands in local way, but also in a global and international way as well. So research, it's open, researchers are open to the world. And the third, as I've mentioned, the 3 pillars of a university in Brazil: teaching, research, and extension. As I've mentioned, the degrees we offer, that's focused in the teaching and the research. And now we have some information about the extension, the outreach activities. So we have 2 different types of extension initiatives. In one side, we have the projects that are normally on demand or according to some specific need, but we have the long-term programs. They are long-term, as I've mentioned. For example, they are already consolidated. And about the projects, they're short-term normally. We have focused in programs, we are focusing in elderly people demands, for example, into the demands also of refugees and immigrants in our region. We also have a human rights committee who creates the dialogue in an internal way with the community, with the academic community, but also with the community outside of the campus. We also have a very strong and important program that it's related to the demands of the local schools, in terms of high school, for example, the schools, because they are the future students of the university. They are the future researchers. They are the future faculty members of our university. So we have a very important program that's called Unisc Escola. And it's right now integrated to another new initiative of Unisc that's called Unisc Connections, that exactly it's related with all the programs from the university, from the academic community to the local, to the external community. We also have programs that are related and projects related, extension projects and programs related to the environmental responsibility. And this is in fact, one of the institutional commitments, because we are very, very how could I say, like, interested to have a better world, not just locally, but globally. So that's why environmental issues are very important to UNESCO. And we also offer different programs that sometimes come from the community that demand to develop, or sometimes we have from the academic community to the society to develop new initiatives, new programs, new projects. We are always in touch with the community. So we don't have walls in our campuses. Our campus is always open to the people who want to come to visit, to interact, to learn, and to teach us. And also, we are very proud to say that in terms of cultural initiatives and aspects, we have also a music school, for example, the choir and the choir and the chamber of orchestra that gives to the community the possibility sometimes to have like the access to culture presentations, events, and normally are not common in our city, for example. So Unisc, I can say that plays an important role in terms of promoting these cultural environments and initiatives as well. And as I've already mentioned, clinics and the services that we offer inside of our campus, inside of our buildings, but are open to the community. Examples, for example, I could just mention some of them, are like a dentistry clinic, physiotherapy clinics, nutrition services and support, and so on. So we have a lot of possibilities to welcome international new partners or already partners to know more about Unisc, how we used to develop the higher education environment by considering these three pillars of education, teaching, in terms of research, development, and extension as well. And when I mention about research, I'm always thinking about innovation perspectives as well. So these are the three main important pillars, and a very, very short overview about how Unisc works. And we are more than welcome to work with you, to learn with you, international partner, national partner, and maybe to create new perspectives for higher education in Unisc and in the world. Now, I would like to ask my colleague, Evelyn, to continue to give you some information about our international collaboration.
Yes, now we are going to travel a little bit in the world in this huge map, but I believe that one of the greatest learning outcomes of this pandemic is that we are all connected, and bringing the International Week team here, connected learning. So we can see here a huge map of the world, and we are, Cristiana and I are here in the south of Brazil, in the countryside of Rio Grande do Sul, in a small city called Santa Cruz do Sul, but still we are connected to the world. We are connected with you. So here we have our partners around the world. We are very proud to have now more than 70 partners. And if you are not here yet, if you want to become a partner, please, we are more than happy to put a pin in your country, in your institution. Just let us know. Let's have a meeting. Let's know each other. And you can cooperate with us in several ways that we are going to talk a little bit about today. So here we have some data of interactions from Unisc to the world of 2020. As you can see, most of them happened virtually because of the pandemic scenario. So we had a lot of interactions with a lot of countries that we are really proud of. This data contains our faculty, our employees, our staff, and also our students. And here we have some data from the world to Unisc. because in this pandemic scenario, we had to reinvent ourselves. I think this was a main challenge of all the institutions all over the world. So we had to think about new possibilities. We had to develop new programs because the mobility had to stop, but the internationalization couldn't stop. So we had to develop new ideas, new solutions to this connected world. And we are going to share with you some of them. Here we have some opportunities at Unisc, starting for students. If you are a student, or if you are from a university, or even if you want to get to know a little bit of our environment here, we offer international study trips in some fields of study or on demand. I want to emphasize that here we have pointed out some initiatives, but we are more than welcome to receive your demands. We operate in a very tailor-made, I can say, way. So we love to receive demands from our partner institutions. We love to receive ideas to collaborate. We also have winter school and summer school with partner institutions, mostly in the fields of regional development program and education program. We have a kind of a new program we developed that is called International School. It is offered for students from partner institutions from undergraduate and graduate level, where we offer 1 or 2 weeks of academic and cultural activities. So that's something we want to bring again after the pandemic, if we can say, maybe for next year. So please stay tuned so you can see a little bit of what is the international school. We will be sharing information soon, I hope. Also, double degree agreements. That is something we are more than willing to discuss possibilities about. We want to increase our double degree agreements in undergraduate and in graduate levels. Also, we have maybe I can say our strongest exchange opportunity, which is the semester international exchange for undergraduate students, for Unisc students to travel abroad, and also for students from partner universities to come to Unisc. This call is open right now until December 21st. So if you are a student, or if you have students interested in studying at Unisc for a semester or two, you can please contact us. We will be more than happy to help you. We also have a lot of research activities. It could be short or long-term activities. We are very open for that. In all of our labs, our programs, we are open to receive students from partner institutions. So if you have any idea of research or anything you want to learn from Unisc, please get in touch. Also, Portuguese as second language classes in partnership with our language center. Academic and technical visits, students virtual exchange, that is something new we developed last year for students of partner universities, and also through movies from OE. And master's and doctorate scholarship for foreigners. It's an annual call. It's actually our second call this year. It started last year, and it's open until today. So if you are a foreigner, if you want to study at Unisc with a scholarship for master's or doctorate, you can go to our website and check all the information. You can still apply until today if you want to. So please, we will be happy to receive you as a student. We also have a lot of opportunities for faculties and for institutions and companies. So faculties, if you want to, as Christiana mentioned, collaborate in terms of scientific journals or research groups, we are more than happy to receive you, to collaborate with you. Also, we started developing this year the COIL, Collaborative Online International Learning. Right now we have three classes happening with COIL, with collaboration from other institutions around the world. So that's also something we want to increase at Unisc. We want to have more partners engaged. International classes, that's a program we call at Unisc, where we invite professors from different countries, from our partner institutions, or from partner, well, not only from partner institutions, but from institutions of interest of our professors, to give lectures at our regular classes. And we are also open, our professors are also open to give lectures to partner institutions and if you are interested to have maybe a Unisc professor talking to your class, please let us know. And also other joint projects that you might have. In terms of institutions and companies, we can collaborate through extension projects. Also on-demand programs or courses or training, we can also offer a tailor-made program for you. And in innovation and entrepreneurial environments that will be discussed a little bit more this afternoon at 2 p.m. Brazil time. So in terms of international office support, Christiana and I and our other colleagues are here to help to connect and find connections according to your demand. So we like to emphasize that we are not here. We have some possibilities, but we are also very open. So if you want to cooperate on a different level, please let us know that we can work together. Besides all the institutional services that Unisc offers, such as the library, the labs, the restaurants, the international students and faculty at Unisc, they have full support from the international office before, during, and after their stay. So from the first moment the student or the professor contacts us, we send information about how to get a visa, how to arrive in Santa Cruz do Sul. We always pick them up at the bus station. We send information about accommodations, about the buddy program. We offer academic orientation, psychological support, and we are available 24/7 for the students in case of any emergency. So here we have some reasons why you should come to Unisc. And Christiana, if you have considerations, please, you can contribute. This is something we are, as you can see, we are more than proud to talk about Unisc, but it's not only our vision. I think we share a lot of the students' vision here. We try to get what they think about the university, about the city, and we like to say that as an international student, as an international professor here, you will see a different side of Brazil with a lot of different culture. Here in Santa Cruz do Sul, we are in a mostly German colonized city, region, so you will see a lot of the German culture here, also the Italian culture here, which is sometimes not what you think when you think about Brazil. So you have a big mix of cultures here, so it's really nice to see the international students' view when they see all of these cultures in the same place. As Christiana mentioned, the university is very focused in the community development, so you will see this in practice through our social projects, our healthcare system, our projects in partnership with schools, and in many other actions. So if you want to come to Unisc and maybe be part of one of these projects, that's a possibility, of course. Our city, Santa Cruz do Sul, where the main campus is located, offers an excellent quality of life with safety. Even being a small city, we have around 130,000 inhabitants here. It's a kind of a small city, but it offers everything. We have an excellent quality of life here. That's what the students say. They feel very safe here. They can easily walk through downtown to the university. So it's a good environment. We have a lot of trees. That's something that they always say. It's a very green city, and it's also very multicultural. So we have a lot of multinational companies here, and also the university with people from different cities, from different regions of the country, bring a lot of different cultures to the city, where it's not of course, not in the pandemic scenario, but it's not unusual if you go downtown to a bar or to a restaurant to see people speaking different languages, in Spanish, in English, in Japanese, Chinese. So it's a very multicultural city. And that's something good, because the student will not only have the opportunity to interact with Brazilian people, but also with people from different regions of Brazil and of the world. You will have the opportunity to develop research and extension with our faculty support, and they are very welcoming to receive students, and also the colleagues, the professors, and the international office, all the administrative staff of Unisc is always willing to help you. So we want to invite you to come visit us and see all of this by your own, and even more, because we have to summarize a little bit, but we have a lot of things that we didn't say here, but that's why you need to come and see by yourself. So here we have some useful links our website in English, sorry. We have a version in Portuguese and Spanish as well. Social media from the international office, our Facebook and Instagram, so you can get in touch, and also our emails, intercambio@unisc.br and international@unisc.br. And here is our beautiful team of 4 people. We are a small team, but we really enjoy our work, and we will be happy to interact with you. So Cristiana, who is here with me, André, me, Evelyn, and Victoria. And here we have some photos to motivate you to come visit us. Some photos of our culture, of our city, of our campus here, some of our traditional dishes, what we call cucas, which is a traditional cake from the city, and chimarrão, which is a very traditional drink we have here. Christiana, you want to add something else?
Well, I think, yes, I used to say when I did another presentation about Unisc, if sometimes our faces are not that attractive to invite you to visit us, maybe these photos will be much more attractive for you. So I hope we could present you very briefly, very shortly, a little bit about Unisc, about our intention to collaborate with the world, about the possibility that you have to send us your intention, about your interest, to visit, to cooperate with us, and maybe to create some important connections, because this is the content of this International Week. And well, in a very briefly way, we tried to present you a little bit about Unisc. And that's Unisc, a university that is community-based, that is open to welcome everyone from different parts of the world. And it's also very in interest to create meaningful and exciting experiences to our community and also to the international community as well. Because the south of Brazil has lots of different aspects in terms of culture, in terms of teaching. We are very proud to say, for example, that our province, for example, in Rio Grande do Sul, in terms of Brazil, it's one of the provinces who has the highest number of, for example, of research development activities and also publications. So we have a very important possibility to develop through Unisc or through our, for example, consortium of community university, some international collaborations that would be important for us and for our partners as well. So I would like to invite you again, once again, to join also our session that's focused in the research and innovation initiatives of Unisc, who it's going to be this afternoon at 2 p.m. Brasilia time. And you can join us also through the YouTube channel of Unisc. And you also receive, and you're able to contact us, to write us, to say that you're interested in some project, or even in some project, some field that we didn't mention, for example, but sometimes we have the possibility to collaborate. So we are open to the world, and we hope that the world could know a little bit more about Unisc through this session. It's a very short, briefly session, but we are here so maybe to interact with you. We hope to see you in Santa Cruz do Sul, inside of one of our 5 campuses. We hope to see you in some place in the world as well. So as I've invited to the session of today, this afternoon at 2 p.m., we also would like to add the invitation for the other 2 activities, which will be at 5 p.m. Brazilian time, a panel about Unisc exchange opportunities that's much more focused in terms of Unisc students, but as our students, they are in different countries, they will give their how could I say, not just information, but the feedbacks and how is the process, how it's going in another country, for example, with an international development. Maybe it could also be interesting for international students as well. And at 7 p.m., we are going to have a lecture with the guest, Dr. Ray Pacheco from Universidad Guadalajara, from Mexico, who is also a partner university from Unisc. So, and he will going to give us a lecture about universities and the development agendas as an important also issue that Unisc is focusing on, how to create the global issues and the sustainable global demands and goals into the local sustainable development goals that we face in a day by day, in a daily way, in our three pillars that we use to develop here. So global and local demands, they are sometimes still far from the regular activities, but we are looking to integrate it much more. So if you're also looking to create some interaction in this issue about the global sustainable development goals, we are also very open and welcome to interact with you. So otherwise, I would like to thank you and hope to see you soon in some place in the world.
Thank you. Thank you for being here today with us. And we hope to receive you here and live a life-changing experience with us. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Às vezes você me pergunta pra onde a vida vai nos levar. Não sei, mas sei que a experiência é certo, vai nos transformar.
E quando você olha em volta, há tudo pra gente aprender. São muitos caminhos no mundo, e existe um só pra você.